So Shane, this house was built as a spec home, and then Lenny Kravitz bought it. That right there, that lantern he found in an antique shop, and one of Lenny's friends did that with a Sharpie.
Wow.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
There's beautiful plants and trees and everything all around the property.
And so the water is right here, just out front.
Right, and the land here, just for a typical lot, would be 8 million. If you're on the open water, it might be 18 million. You're about 10 minutes from the ocean here.
The waterfronts here are phenomenal. The land is priceless.
Right.
We just sold a few doors down recently, a lot that's on the wide bay for just about 25 million, just land.
If they're saying that, in the next 50 years you have 1.5 to 3 feet of sea level rise, then it's going to come all the way up. Do people take that into account when they buy houses here?
We're all aware of what's going on here, but I have not had really one conversation with somebody considering moving here that's spoken about it.
Wow, that's interesting.
It hasn't affected our business.
It's still very hot.
Yes.
That's good for you.
Confidence in the market remains high, in part because of Mayor Philip Levine's mass infrastructure efforts to mitigate the flooding.
There's a $400 million stormwater infrastructure program. There's pumps, there's seawalls, dunes. So there's so much that they're doing right now.
And they actually raised the street, because we're at sea levels. And so everything moved up. So they're doing a lot to protect this little island.
So far, Miami Beach has raised 21 city blocks above sea level and built a dozen functioning pumping stations with a total of 80 planned by 2020. But all of that infrastructure costs money. And Robert Meyer, the co-director of Wharton School of Business's Risk Center, explained that the only way to maintain funding levels is to convince people that it still makes sense to keep buying these homes at ever-increasing prices.
We have this kind of strange paradox going on where, on the one hand, we have a growing risk that's associated with climate change. In order to fix that risk, we need money. The state of Florida is one which doesn't have a state income tax, so the money has to come from real estate taxes. So as long as it's the case that the property values are going up and people keep moving into the area, we're all right. But at the same time, you don't want to scare away people wanting to come and live there, which will be the source of the money to fix the problem. My greatest worry for South Florida is that we may be looking at this bubble. And I think what will happen is the next time we have a major hurricane that comes through that area, all of a sudden, that's going to be a huge wake-up call. People will say, I'm out of here. And suddenly, you have this immense collapse where you have this billions and billions and trillions of dollars of real estate suddenly is at very real risk of being valueless.
Now, although the Jills remain optimistic that Miami Beach will persevere, they're also realistic towards the challenges that Florida faces going forward.
You have a very progressive mayor that's saying, hey,
We got a problem.
We got a
Houston,
problem.
we got a problem.
Conversely, you have a governor who's saying you can't use the word climate change or global warming as terms.
Right,
So you're in the real estate business.
right.
What is that?
It doesn't get political for us. I think anyone who doesn't understand global warming or doesn't know what's happening in the universe just has their head in the sand.
It goes beyond just property. So in this dark blue area, there's 2,555 miles of roads, 35 public schools.
What does 6 feet look like?
You have 16,000 miles of road, 300 schools, and 14 power plants. I don't know what it costs to rebuild a school in a different location, but it's a lot.
Right.